My name is Konstantia Asteriadou. I'm Business and Process Development Manager for Lysis Technologies. Our company is based in the UK. We are members of the British Plastic Federation, the Rotational Moulding Group, British Coating Federation, and we've been awarded awarded in 2015 as being one of the most innovative UK companies. So just a bit of background about what we do. That's going to lead to my next slides. Thank you very much for the presentation and including us into this very nice program. I believe it's the first time that our company presents in this platform. So I'm going to give a bit more information about our company as well. So, next slide. So, just a bit of introduction about us. We are around 10 years old, relatively young, a dynamic company. We are driven by innovation and technological advancements, and we customize our solutions in most cases. We are essentially a research and development laboratory. So we design and manufacture products such as industrial paints, inks, coatings, and enhancing products. Lysis, the name of the company, was chosen because our flagship of operations is predominantly to give solutions. So in modern Greek, Lysis stands for solution. Most of our products are results of requests from our customers that they would like to tackle an issue or a problem, and this has led to products that the worldwide clientele has found very interesting in many cases and very useful, so that's why they were promoted. So just a quick overview of some of our trusted partners that we've been working together on long-term projects or short-term, depending on their requirements. We have an ongoing collaboration. Just to say at this point that Lysis Technologies is not only making paints and coatings for the rotational molding of thermoplastics industry. We are historically manufacturers of paints and inks for screen printing and pad printing for a lot of any challenging and non-porous substrates such as glass, metal, rubber, latex, basically anything that is thrown at us, new materials, under development materials. We are working with our customers from the beginning of their project in most cases. And of course, our experience brings in things like color matching, special requests, special finishes, etc. So you have seen the logo of Tesoblast on all our slides up to now. Tesoblast is a brand from Lysis Technologies that is referring or covers the product portfolio for the plastics manufacturing industry, thermoplastics, polyethylene, polypropylene, etc. So the logo basically represents what I'm going to explain in detail later, that a liquid graphic basically is deposited either in the mold or on the molding, and during the molding process or during curing, it is transferred on the plastic part and becomes part of it. So it solidifies, is encapsulated. On each slide, I will try and give an example of a product where our polyethylene, polypropylene paints, our systems have been used. So on this one, there's an example of a tank where our a yellow gold paint has been applied either with a stencil or screen printing. So just quickly go through the company values, which I've already mentioned, just highlight them now. So innovation is the core of our business. Each request is treated as an R&D project, essentially. We are a lab. We customize as per requirements, and we are flexible. We have full control of all our formulations, and that's why we can react pretty quickly to what is going to come on our plate. So of course, quality is not compromised. We have been working with so many highly demanding industries, automotive, marine, big names that they cannot compromise with any of the requirements. So all this knowledge and experience has been applied throughout our portfolio. On this slide, you see at the bottom left, there is a molding that has been partly Inmode spray coated with a gold paint to create a two-color effect. In the middle, there is a boat that the customer created a very impressively a cow effect by just brushing or painting black on white polyethylene powder. That was done in mold. Bottom right is a silver logo that has been screen printed directly on the polyethylene and cured. So just an overview. Our technology is essentially the creation of label-free graphics. I know most people are used to the labels or stickers, as a lot of as I've heard them being called. So we are having systems and technologies that are practically label-free. They can be applied either on the plastic directly, on mold or post mold, as it's called, or in mold, which is printing on the metal, and then the rotomolding process transfers the graphic on the plastic part. Other products are enhancing products like surface enhancers, creams, etc. Repair products, pastes that can be applied in mold or post mold, finishing products, polishes, for example, and then functional and decorative coatings that can be highly customized. On this slide, there is an example of an item that has been designed and it's sitting on the coasts of Portugal, on the beaches of Portugal. It has several graphics created with stencils predominantly directly on the plastic. And on the right is a very large boy. It's over 2 meters high. The red has been realized by painting the red color in the mold, and the black letterings have been applied post mold after the product was manufactured. So we start with the Inmode. Our Inmode graphics were the first ones that were developed by us, and specifically the screen printing. You see one of our most loyal customers here, Tesoblast. They were one of the first ones, if not the first ones, that they have adopted this technology, and they are still very keen all over their businesses, and they use it. So this is an example of Inmode screen printed logo. They have exceptional quality and durability. They are highly UV resistant. We are using pigments that they have very high light fastness, 7 or 8, 8 being the highest in the market. So they some more examples is this horse toy, as far as I can remember, that has been spray coated with a gray blue, again customized color on a purple molding. Here on the right, again Inmode spray coating. This is a polyethylene tank. I think that's part of a large vehicle. The idea was to make to replace the metal tanks that are sitting there, to replace them with plastic, to make the vehicle lighter. That would lead to less fuel consumption, cheaper construction overall, and maintain the metallic effect, so maintain the appearance. So on the right, there is again a boat that has been painted with black color, and the polyethylene that was used was white. That's the bottom of the hull. So in general, Inmode is simple, quick, and reliable, but it's easy to correct. So for example, if you've printed erroneously in the mold, you can just easily wipe off the ink. So this is going to be the only loss, a couple of milliliters of paint in the worst case. It is very cost effective. Just 1 liter of paint can give 700 to 800 A4 graphics, and in all currencies, this is going to be less than 0.2 of either euros or pounds or US dollars. So it's been calculated throughout the years by many of our customers. It is label free. So you're just having essentially a pot of paint that is designed for the rotomolding operations, and you're using very simple traditional applications. No special training is required. I've spoken about stenciling, about screen printing, about in-mold spraying. These are just techniques that everybody possesses. So it is temperature independent. You don't need to bring your mold to any specific temperature. As long as you have a dust-free mold, then you can just apply it. Obviously, you need to have access to the mold, and you need to have a temperature that allows the operator to work in it. It is user-friendly. It is non-toxic. It doesn't contain any solvent. It is only oil-based, and that makes it as well very, very easy to transport via air. It is not classified as dangerous goods by no means. It has a long shelf life, and as I mentioned, you can achieve special effects as per request, like gold, silver, neon, metallics, and there are of course some multicoloring possibilities. On this slide, I have an example of a tractor roof. This picture is courtesy of Flotex, highly esteemed rotomolder in Turkey, and they are making the part in green, and they are spraying the low part of the roof cabin in black. May I ask please to run the in-mold video at this stage, just to give you an idea of stenciling in mold.
That was ready for something. Should we do this one?
Thank you very much. So in that case, in that video, there was a single-use self-adhesive vinyl stencil that was required by the customer. However, there are multi-use stencils that are quite favored as well. We'll talk about them later in the next video. So, what? Okay, no, back please. This one. So moving on to the on-mold applications. So in this case, you are having again the paint applied directly on the thermoplastic part, the rotomolded thermoplastic part. Again, there's no compromise in the effects that can be achieved, metallics, glittery, etc. With some restrictions, you can achieve as well multicolor designs. Like the bottom left of this slide, you see a large buoy where the customer used 3 colors, a light blue, a dark blue, and an orange to create graphics with a stencil on each one of the parts. They are, in the middle, there is a pontoon where the customer put their logo on it, with again a customized blue color as per the request. And on the right is again a buoy that has been, a very large part of its surface has been coated with a specific blue, RAL blue, that is required for this industry, for the indications that they are after. Again, it is solvent, acid, and scratch proof, has high resistance. It is solvent free, and it is food contact approved in many cases. So the way that this is cured, it needs to be flame cured. In this way, the surface of the polyethylene is its porosity is opening up slightly, it's melting slightly, and allows the paint to sink in, and when it cools down, the paint is encapsulated and becomes part of the molding. It is oil-based, again, as I said, has long shelf life and is not classified as dangerous goods. Equally, like the Inmode, can be shipped all over the world by air. We do. All of our customers are all over the world at the moment. There is a chemically cured version for any flame-free application, and the solvent that is used for that is, again, can be non-classified. For any more information, please contact me on that. So with the next one, again, some more examples of post-mold, just to give you an idea, because this is a very fast-growing product for us, the post-mold application, because it offers a lot of flexibility to the customers. It doesn't disrupt their production, and it allows them to put any logo, any graphic of their own customers after the part was created, so they can sit in their warehouse, and whenever a customer asks for a specific design, artwork, they are ready to produce it using just the same, potentially, paint. So here is again a large boy. The stencils were done again with a vinyl stencil. In the middle, there is a very large flower pot. Again, it has been post-molded, this design, the pied de poule. So it's a large stencil, multi-use stencil that embraced the whole pot. And they've painted all over it, following the fashion lines that was, I think, last year or the year before. Another container with a customized purple, done post-mold, and there is a domestic water tank where the level, the water fill line level, has been screen printed on the tank. May I request, please, to show the on-mold, the post-mold application video at this stage, to give a better feeling of how it is done. Thank you. Great, thank you very much. You can have access to all these videos and many more that we've got. I can send you links later on, or send them to TechnoBiz and they can forward them. So moving on. And another way of creating graphics, which is again very, very popular, is by stamping, really. So in this way, you can just request anything you like. So logos, data stamps, hazard warnings, any regulatory information, CE marking, sequential numbering, as long as, of course, the stamp technology that is out there will allow it. We can help you materialize that. We have a network of partners. It's a very simple and quick method, and it's very cost effective. And I'm just showing some of the examples here. You know, I can fill in a lot of slides with all these examples. So logos, very large stamps, wide stamps, with fine prints, some serial numbering over here or down here. Some curved stamps as well can be used in order to print on a one-directional, unidirectional surface that has curvature in one direction. There you can also use the Taylor system, which is practically this. You can use the same holder stamp, and then you can remove the rubber stamp as required. You can have the same holder and just remove every time the information you want to print. And then another tool that is very popular as well is the roller stamp. This is very sophisticated stamp that is designed for curved surfaces as well, or flat surfaces where you need to run a long logo, like around 20-23 centimeters. So the dimensions can vary. It is used for decoration, marking, branding, or anything that you can imagine. Another technology that we've developed is highlighting on mold. That was again a request from our customers to highlight and emboss the embossed information that is part of the mold, but it can't be seen really after a distance. So these can be volumetric indications in a tank, which is one of the most common. It can be logos. Here some offcuts that we got from our customers where they use 3 colors: silver, the blue, and the black. There are a lot of applications. It can be applied with. You can use again a stamp pad ink, like I explained before with the stamps, and apply it like that with a very simple brayer. Or you can use the gloss roller paint and flame cure it again. So this is just to give an indication of what can be achieved. That can give more information to anyone that requires. So we are having also a surface enhancer that is predominantly supplied as a concentrate. We can ship it for that reason all over the world in large quantities as well. So it's again oil-based. It's not dangerous goods at all. It gives perfect results on reducing pinholes on surfaces and also improving threads appearance. Just an example here, a very recent example, without the enhancer and with the enhancer, the same side of the thread. It is. It doesn't contain any harmful solvents. It can be used as is, as a cream, but it can also be mixed on site as and when needed, for the amounts needed. Marker pen. This is a product that has been designed, I think, initially to make corrections on the molding. Like chipped labels or stains from cross-contamination, but a lot of customers now they just use it for writing and for marking, for tracking. It is the most popular one is the one that is oil-based, that needs flame curing afterwards, and it is suitable for highlighting too, for small embossed information. And there is a solvent-based version of it, which is has a shorter shelf life, obviously, and it's for masking cross-contamination. So it works as a fine coating to mask stains from, when you are running a dark molding, and then you have to swap to a lighter color, and you realize that, as mentioned before, some darker color plastic is transferred on your lighter one. So that can find a lot of applications. A very clever product, and it is very popular. And repair paste, it's a putty that can be used post-mold to cover any blemishes such as large blowholes or parts that have been unexpectedly distorted or missing. It is predominantly for cosmetic repair. It is reducing waste and scrap, especially if it's for reason of appearance. It reduces the cost of the operations and the waste and the time that is being used. The colors can be customized. It has a very nice to work with Play-Doh consistency, and it can be applied very easily. Some examples, this is from the automotive industry. This is a part of a snorkel, I think, or a mirror, I think it's a snorkel. And this is from the hygiene industry. I think that's part of a baby changing unit. And this is the bottom of a tank. So the version for Inmode, this again can be, it's called perfection paste. This product can be inserted in a pliable again form, same as the previous one, inside the mold to avoid expected incomplete shapes or such as threads or letters. Here is a fine logo in the automotive industry. This photo is not very clear, but this is an example of where the product in the product was used the paste, and here is where the thread is distorted. The paste has not been used. So it again helps towards reducing scrap and waste. The colors can be again customized. It can reinforce the inserts, and the consistency again is the same as the other one. You can achieve 2 color parts. For example, this is a natural thread that was created using a black polyethylene for the rest of the part, so that's permanently bonded. It's part of the molding. So moving on, I'm just going to give you an idea of some of our functional coatings, right? There are many more customized. For example, anti-static, and it can come also in colors. So it's not only dark or black, that is the traditional one. We've managed to create it in much lighter colors to allow our paints as well to be introduced based on anybody's requests. So, and the range can vary of this coating based on what is required for each product. An example of light blocking, at the back of this style, the light box is lit, and the black part does not allow the light to come through. Anti-slip, antimicrobial, which comes in the form of a surface enhancer as well. And more coatings can be found in this range, and depending on the surface area you want to cover, they can be sprayed, brushed, rolled in. So just please let us know what you would require. Polyethylene polish. This came again as a request, as one of our customers, they noticed, especially on the rough finished products, that there is a white mark as it was pulled out of the molding. At that time, it was not sure. It was worn off molds, most likely, and we developed a polish that can mask this part and hide all these blemishes. And it has been used extensively to cover this, and also it has been used for decoration purposes. I don't have the photos on this one, but I just realized that by adding, we have modified it in order to add colors as well and create special effects on molded parts, on roto-molded parts. It comes in 3 different types: finishes, gloss, semi-matte, and matte. Various auxiliary systems and let's say packaging. So the correction kits can come as well in nail varnish type applicator with a little brush, depending on what you want to access and what you want to apply. It basically own mold repair kits. I'm not going to go into big depth into that because all the case studies can vary. I would just like to refer briefly to 2 case studies, and then I close the presentation. I mentioned Inmode spray coating. So the project, a brief about that, was to create a two-colored product that can be perfectly manufactured via rotational molding using polyethylene and replacing the single-color roofs of the cabins of the roofs of tractors with a two-color. Also replacing the technology that was used to manufacture these products, which gives a lot of opportunities for rotomolding. So the method that was decided after a lot of trials and tests was half of the mold was coated in the black color and using a HVLP, high volume, low pressure gun, or any other appropriate tool that anybody desires. Almost all rotomolders, they have access to pressurized air, part of their standard utilities. The quality was checked for a long time before it was rolled out of production, weathering, UV, and other tests that are common in the automotive trade, and the products successfully passed those. The results are permanent. They've been out in the market now for a few years. Rooftops, you know, exposed constantly to sun, weather, all over the world. Cost reduction, it is a very opaque and efficient product. A small amount is needed to cover a large area in most cases. As I said, it is delivered as a concentrate, so it is shipped as a non-flammable product, and it can give you large volumes when mixed on site. No aerosol cans are used, so no rejects, no volatiles with harmful solvents are there. And it's a quick and easy application, and of course color can be customized. Recently we created metallics and glitter and etc. Second case study, very typical, very familiar product to everybody all over the world. Each country has this product. So post-mold permanent logos on polyethylene tanks containers. The project brief to achieve permanent graphics of logos on these products. The products are existing, and the manufacturer usually applies a non-permanent DIY paint that after a couple of weeks of usage, it fades away. So these logos they need to be seen from a distance, and so they need to be pretty large. So the post-mold option with a stencil was the most appropriate, since it's flexible, it doesn't disrupt production. Again, all the benefits of the permanent results: solvent, UV, and weather resistance. Cost reduction, because it is a few pennies to apply it with our paints, and color customization. Some examples here of a product in Zambia, another one in Australia, another one in South Europe. So I would like to thank everybody, and if you need to contact me for any information, I understand we don't have much time, and it's we have a network of distributors and agents, especially in India and Australasia, and also we are happy to discuss our videos and our brochures, where you can find them on the handouts, as Per said at the beginning of the sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, Konstantia. As we're a little short of time, we'll save questions to the end, if that's okay. Please send in your questions by using the chat function, so that we're able to put them to our panelists